"21-year-old Lightning is the sergeant of the Guardian Corps of Bodom. You know her as the older sister of Sarah, who becomes a lessee and desperately tries to find a way out for her. Unfortunately, she and others get dragged into this nightmare and get made a lessee as well. And the relentless pursuit begins. But before that, Lightning had a normal life with normal dreams and was happy with her sister alongside her, even though she's had rough times. Her father died at a very young age, so the family had to stay together. But then her mother died of an accident too, when Lightning was only 15 years old. That's when she realized that she was the only one left for Sarah, and she had to stay strong for her to make the best out of it. Her actual name is Claire Farron, but she decided to shed it so it would be easier to go on. And she became Lightning.
Lightning. It flashes bright, then fades away. It can't protect. It only destroys.
Her goal was to forget about her past as quickly as she could and grow up fast to be a good substitute mother to Sarah. She even broke up school and joined the army, while Sarah continued her education. Lightning surely got huge successes because she was nominated for the career as an officer by Lieutenant Amodar. And she might have made it far if the purge hadn't intervened and Sarah got captured by the Psychom. Lightning had no choice but to quit the service and be purged voluntarily.
Line up!
On the purge train, she meets Zaz, who follows her in hopes to get a clue where the government took his son Dodge.
Best of luck.
Lightning crashes the train, frees all civilians, and makes her way through towards the Pulsfeld sea in Bodom. She finds her sister lying on the ground, and after promising to do anything for her, she turns into crystal. Fighting the lessee wouldn't help. It only gets worse by making her, Snow, Sass, Vanille, and Hope a lessee too, an enemy of Cocoon. The hounding takes its course, while the group is consistently pursued by Psychom troops, but Lightning herself doesn't even know who to run after.
Nice gun.
Stop her! Freeze!
First, she plans on destroying the Felt Sea Eden, which would cause a total loss to Cocoon. Later on, she thinks it's the better way to defeat Bertandalus in order to fulfill their focus, save Cocoon and save Sarah. The group splits up several times, finds together again, meets the vivacious Grand Pulse Lady Fang, and united, they make it to destroy Orphan, the ultimate Felt Sea who is only up to bring sorrow and death over Cocoon. After Bertandalus, aka Orphan, has perished, Cocoon intends to precipitate into the lands of Grand Pulse, which would cost thousands of innocent lives. To prevent this from happening, Vanille and Fang sacrifice themselves and build a gigantic crystal pillar to hold Cocoon from falling, and in which they are sealed for eternity. Everyone is happy. Dodge and Saz are reunited, Sarah and Snow can marry, and Lightning's got her sister back.
Sarah, I'm sorry.
But what if all this just hadn't happened?
What are you talking about? She was right here a second ago.
Something strange starts to trouble reality and to confound the timeline. In this terrible present, Sarah's never met Lightning. She was gone, vanished into thin air, hunted by shadows, and teared into the unseen realm. She strands into a distant shore where neither time, nor life, nor death are of a concern. She's trapped in a place called Valhalla, and she's asked by the goddess XIII in person to become a warrior in a fight against the Lord of Chaos. Chaos Ballad. XIII had fallen asleep, and he plans on killing the goddess to drown the visible world into chaos. This would be the only way to save his beloved Yule, the seeress who lives in all the ages and dies in all the ages. Everyone else believes that lightning is left in the pillar to hold up Cocoon, along with Vanille and Fang. They think she's dead, but she needs Sarah's help, so she dispatches the shadow hunter Noel into the visible world directly to Sarah with an important mission. Both of them must travel different presents to change the past and the future into a brighter one. The whole timeline has been distorted, and while Sarah and Noel fix it in the visible world, Lightning has to fight Chaos in Valhalla. For a short time, she's able to show herself to her sister in Neo Bodom 700 years after the fall, and explains it all. XIII was it to release them of the curse of being a lessee, but her intervention resulted in a current of the chaos into the mortal world. To protect Cocoon, she distorted the timeline, which extracted so much power that she dropped off completely. Lightning should act as XIII's guardian and to protect the visible world. In here, Sarah and Noel would have to confront Chaos one last time. Then the chaos would stop flowing into this reality and the timeline will be correct again. They try to do so, but have to admit that they cannot measure up to Chaos and fail to stop him. Lightning comes to the rescue, but the chaos has already destroyed the world. Sadly, Sarah dies in the arms of Noel, just like Yule did in all the ages before. Still, even hope can't explain how this could happen. Nothing has become alright. A greater chaos has been unleashed. XIII is dead, and Lightning is turned into crystal and fallen into an eternal slumber. "500 years have passed since the chaos has spread over Nova Chrysalia and the population is declining. For 500 years nobody has died an unusual death, and no one was born. The people of Luxarion, Yuznan, the Wildlands and the Dead Dunes are unable to age. The reawoken god Bonivelsa delivers Lightning from her eternal sleep and equips her with a new task. She's the savior, and is supposed to save as many souls as she can before the chaos fully swallows up the world. The souls rest in the Ark, and when time's ready, they ought to be the first humans of an entire new world. In return, Bonivelsa promises to bring Sarah back to life. She has 13 days to go. Lightning does what she's told to rescue her sister once and for all, and travels the lands to save as many souls as she can. Her way is crossed by a number of familiar faces. Snow is the patron of Yuznan, Noel makes trouble in Luxarion, Zaz tries to wake up his son, Fang is looking for the Holy Clavis in the Dead Dunes, and Vanille has gone totally crazy.
Vanille.
And there is a weird girl, Lumina, who appears from time to time and distracts Lightning permanently.
Jeepers, that was some showdown.
The only one that stays at her side is Hope. Strangely, he lost all his feelings but still remembers his past and what he's gone through with Lightning. He manages everything at the Ark and gives her useful hints. But over the time, Lightning finds out that Bonivelsa only wants the souls of the living for the new world and the souls of the dead and their memories to be erased forever. Because Vanille is able to hear the cries of the dead, Lightning needs her to redeem them so that they could be reborn in the new world. After it is done, Sarah's soul is freed from Lumina's body, and for a brief glance, the sisters face each other. But then Sarah disappears, and Bonivelsa threats Lightning in the shape of Hope. He claims to destroy the New World because it's been defiled through the dead souls.
Millions of human souls.
Bonivelsa himself has made Lightning a goddess of the dead, so she is stronger than he imagined.
But what did you do with his soul?
Blessedly, she prevails against him, and before she drags him with her into the chaos, she makes it to free Hope's soul at last.
You are their hope. Me?
Suddenly, she finds herself bound to Atro's throne and a copy of Sarah in front of her. She accuses her of attempted murder and says that she locked her heart away. Lightning insists of letting her be. Someone had to stay behind to control the chaos. Lumina appears in a flash, and at one go, Lightning realizes that Lumina used to be a part of herself she cut away long ago. Her loneliness, her youth, her fear. She cut away everything that made her weak. But in the end, Lightning admits that she doesn't want to be alone, and happily, Lumina flies towards her and is reunited with her once again. At the next moment, Bonivelsa comes back to another strike. Lightning is accompanied by all her friends, and together they defeat the evil god through a power he will never understand. The power of love. Everyone is finally saved now. The Espers vanish, and Maud returns to Valhalla as Lightning and her friends eventually enter the New World. The dramatic and impressive story of Lightning Farron ends with a trip to a foreign train station. She says that this journey is over now, and the next is to begin. She only knows that soon we will be together, whatever she meant. In the main game, Lightning strikes with the legendary Gunblade and an AMP technology which allows her to perform superhuman attacks through some sort of electric energy field. In the fourth chapter, her brand burns and calls the Esper Odin, who will stay with her along all the games. You can only play her in the prologue of 13.2, but there's a way to get her in the team when you defeat her and Lieutenant Amodar in the Colosseum. In Lightning Returns, you can equip her with a dozen of different garbs. The most common one, though, is Equilibrium. If I had to define her class, I'd say she's much of a paladin, because of her superior probity in close battle and the low healing skills. Besides, she has a distinctive protective instinct.
He's too stubborn to die.
Sarah is all she has, and she'd do anything for her to keep her safe and enables her to save the best life possible. Over time, she even gets along with her fiancé, Snow, whom she couldn't stand at all at the beginning.
It's over! Open your eyes and face reality!
The most interesting relation is between her and Hope, though. At first, he's slow, weak, and whiny, but he learns quickly and covers Lightning's back, like in a good team. Because his mother had died, Lightning is some kind of substitute, just like she's been to Sarah. First she's bugged, and views Hope as an affliction, but then accepts, and they become very good friends throughout her story. Her most remarkable feature is her determination. If she focuses on one goal, then nothing will stop her from reaching it. She is by far the strongest person in the game, and the bravest and most persevere woman of the franchise, I think. If you got her as your guardian, you will never have to be afraid of nothing. There's just something about her that makes her such a special person. I already explained what I meant in my top 10 favorite girls from Final Fantasy. You can hit the link to this video in the description. This is a story video, but a little bit longer and narrated because Lightning deserves it. I hope you guys liked it, and if any FF character deserves a tribute like this, just let me know.